Hi Sean, good morning.
Hello,
Hi
sir. Good
Vivalanti,
morning.
Vaibhav, Pradyumna, Shivreshi.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pradyumna. Yeah, good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Shivreshi.
Morning.
Okay, what's there? Yeah, today would be something like for some of you it may be interesting. For some of you it may confuse you. Okay, so let's see what's there for today. Okay, before that let me see who else. Yeah, we have very few people today. I don't know why. So let's wait for another, few seconds. No, yeah, we'll continue actually. Okay. So as and when they join, I'll just allow them. Okay, fine. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and then you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. What I want you to do is today's agenda will do something like this. Okay, these two parts, I'll not take it up now. We will do it when we are working on the CSS part. Fine, let's see here. So today's agenda, okay, today is 9th, right? So I still made it as 7th, so
Sir?
yeah.
So yesterday in the test, you said that we can, if it asks a question, which tag inputs the sound, like outputs the sound. I wrote lesser than symbol, audio greater than symbol, but then it still gave me wrong.
No, yeah, because okay, that part I'll talk about the exam, okay. Once we see the agenda for today, then I'll start it, okay. I'll explain that part. Okay, so today's agenda is we'll try to install NGINX server on your laptops. Okay, so why we want this NGINX server? So you'll get the same feeling like accessing the website. So what you were earlier doing is you are directly typing the okay, let me close these things. I'm admitting Advay is there, so Advay is also joining. Okay, so we are in session 1, right? So what you used to do earlier is you used to double click here and then you used to see the full path, right? Now we'll not do this. So we want to have an exact the feeling of a website. So what we do is I'm going to remove this part, localhost. Yeah, we'll just try like this.
What are we doing?
Advay, yeah, first thing is we are trying to install a web server on your laptops. Okay, I'm going to show you some instructions how to download and install NGINX server. Okay, so you do this part maybe today or tomorrow and day after tomorrow you have no classes, right? So you can try this part tomorrow or day after tomorrow so that you can do some research. Fine.
Yes.
Let's see, I'll give you the details of how to download and then how to install, and then we'll learn about some new tags. So there are very few new tags left actually, so we'll learn those new tags and then we'll continue with our classes. Okay, other stuff, the practice work and all. Okay, basically speaking, yesterday many of you have actually got you wrote the right answers, but our platform did not correct it, show it as a correct one, right? So that's because of some system fault. System could not you wrote in some Pradyumna has written all the answers in capital letters, but the system is considering it in all in small case.
Yeah,
So,
even I wrote in a capital.
right. So for that, what I did is I corrected individually and then I gave the marks on top of the system. Okay, you can see yesterday I sent the marks memo, right? So you all can see that, and along with that I'm going to show you if you want your own papers, right? I'm going to share you your own papers also, what you wrote and all. So let's see for 5 minutes we'll continue on this one to discuss, like, if you have any problems on yesterday's questions, right? Okay, here comes. So let's see, Aditya, right? Aditya. Yeah, let's get into Aditya's question. Okay. So here you see, I'm going to save this file. So this one is Aditya's, right? I'm going to share that file and open it. Yeah. So this is Aditya, and then Aditya, you took 21 minutes of your exam. Okay. Now let's see. The first question was dash and dash are examples of attributes of anchor tag. So I did not get any answers from you, Aditya. So the correct answers was href and target. Okay. So that's why, I just gave a feedback like, you did not attempt this one. Fine. Now let's get to the second question. Second question, I gave 1 mark. You see, I gave the 1 mark because you wrote the right audio tag, less than symbol, audio, and then greater than symbol. So I saw that, and then, I gave the correct answer. Like, the system is not considering it, right? So that's why, I gave the mark here. And if you go to the third section, yeah, you got all the right answers. 10 out of 10 marks you got. And next one is like, image tag. Okay, image tag, I see, I think you only corrected, you only have written the correct answers among all. So most of you have done wrong here, ID is there, right? ID is, I gave like, I told you in previous classes, like, ID is giving a name to an element, right? It's giving a name to an element. So any element, let it be any element. So we just give an element name by using an ID. So it's like an identity to that element. So ID applies to all HTML elements in the page. Okay, all elements. So that's why we had to choose all the 3 check boxes here. So most of you, right? Most of you have not selected this one, ID. So that's why what it happens is out of 3 marks, it deducted 1 mark because it did not select ID, because ID is also an attribute of an image tag, right? So only, I think Aditya only corrected, got 3 marks for this question. And then HTML stands for, yeah, most of you have done right. You see here, Aditya, you gave like, it should be like markup. So M-A-R-K. So just M-A-R-K-U-P. So you just, you added ED also. Still, I gave the marks because it's almost similar to what I expected. Okay, it's like hypertext markup language. This is the right answers. But still I gave, even system did not consider it as right, whatever you want, you wrote, right? So what I did is like, I gave 4 marks for that. Fine. And then image, okay, the bold text, you are right. And the full, yeah. So I see like, I'm so happy to see most of you have done this one correctly. Most of you, like, I don't know why most, some of you have done wrongly, but, most of you have, given right answers. Very good, actually. I really appreciate you all. All of you got 5 out of 5 actually. So that's why, I gave 5 marks here. And next one is like 8th one. 8th one is like, italic and strike off. So italic and strike off should be written like this, and you got 3 marks for this. Okay, and next one is underline. Underline, you all know. So 2 marks for this. So I gave 2 marks. And then this one, you see here, this is where I reduced 2 marks here.
Yes.
So write the correct.
Because he wrote the ending tag of I in the last.
Right, you're right, Advay. So you're seeing, right, Aditya?
Yeah.
So when I tag, the first tag started is bold, right? So the bold tag should end last. And then when you add I tag, so immediately it should have an ending tag. That's what I always say. As soon as you type the starting tag, write an ending tag immediately, and then you write the content. So why I keep on saying that? To commit the mistakes. I think you actually wrote this one first, and then you wrote this one second, and then you wrote this one, and then finally you wrote this one, and then this one, right?
Yeah.
Aditya? Yeah. So the correct way of doing the code, HTML code, as I always say, what you need to do is you have to type the tag first, starting tag, right? As soon as you type the starting tag, you type the ending tag, okay? Once you complete with the ending tag, you just press enter, and then you write the content next, content last. Now write strong, okay? You want to write strong. So you wrote the starting tag, right? As soon as you write the starting tag, immediately you have to write the ending tag, and then you start writing the content here, okay? So this way you'll commit no mistakes, actually, mostly no mistakes. Yeah, I can still consider this part, but you need to correct it. Like one more thing I need to highlight. So all these marks you are thinking, right? It's not like judging yourself. It's like we learn with our own mistakes in our technical skills. We learn with our own mistakes, and will not commit the same mistake again. Okay, that's the objective. Okay, and next one is like you see, yeah, here image tag also. I don't know why you did not.
Sir, I actually wrote. I wrote less than symbol in IMG, then greater than symbol. I wrote it.
Oh, is it? I saw it actually. No, I did not see any of the text for that. Okay, let's see.
I remember I wrote.
You see here, I did not get anything here.
I wrote it.
You wrote it, okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
my dad was also there. He saw it.
Okay, so you're confident, right? So what I do is I'll add your marks, okay? Okay. So you add the totals, to the one what I sent yesterday. Okay, I'll add that part and I'll update. Fine.
Then sir,
Let's
my one
go
also.
through mine once. Yesterday I saw 44 in the online, and when you gave out it was 49. So it mixed up.
Okay, so you wrote most of the things correctly, Vaibhav. See,
Okay.
this is correct, and then I'll see the wrong one. Okay, second one you wrote rightly. Third one full marks. Yeah, as I told you, most of you have done wrong in this one, right? So ID is an element. ID is an attribute for most of the HTML elements. So it's like giving an identity, right? So this part you did not select. So you lost marks, 1 mark here, and rest all questions are right. Fifth question also, the system did not consider, so I gave full marks to that. So all other things are right. The table tag structure also you got full marks, and yeah, here strike off also. I looked at only this part, so you still added this. The template structure and all, very good for that.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the things are correct. Image also, you see, you wrote image like this. I still, I gave marks for that. It's right answer, actually. In fact, right answer. And the correcting the code, yeah, correcting the code also, most of you have done right. I really appreciate you all. Like, most of you got 10 out of 10 in this one. Yeah, only one thing to correct. ID attribute you did not select. Only that one you lost the marks. Fine.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, I should actually get 46.
What, Aditya?
I should get 46, but you showed 48. I calculated everything. I should get 46.
Okay. Did I mention it wrongly? What
Yeah,
I do is, okay, wait a second. I will say, after the class, right? What I will do is, I will send you your mark sheet. Okay, I'll send you individually in the group. Sorry, individually to your phone alone. Okay, or shall I send it in the group?
Anywhere is okay.
Okay. So I'll send in the group all the mark sheets, so you all can go through like what you wrote, and then whether how much marks you got. You have any validations? I'll just add it to that. Okay, that
Okay.
will help you like correcting your mistakes. Fine. Okay, so we already exceeded 5 minutes. So this is about the anyways I'll send you the PDFs, right? So we'll not look into this now. We'll move on to the next section. Okay, the important one, which is install Nginx server on your laptops. Okay, let's get into this. So basically, Nginx server, we call it as a web server. We say it as a web server. So the steps that you need to follow to install is like, first you need to have an Nginx server. So where you can download, as you always know, we have our own repository, right, for software's verified links. So you go to this section, go to the links app. Okay, we have links app here. Just click on it, go to the software tools, and you see here Nginx web server. So you just click on this Nginx web server. It will take you to the website, their website, and here you have to see for the write software. So which is your right table is like 1.18.0. They say 1.18.0. So if you mouse over on this version, if you are using Windows, right, you just try to download this one. So you see in the bottom left section, can you see? So it says like 1.18.0.zip. So it's going to download in zip format. Okay, you just have to download it and unzip it. Okay, unzip it. Let me show you like how exactly you can do that part.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, in Visual Studio Code, I downloaded Live Server. Is that fine?
Visual Studio Code live server, I don't see that may help you.
It's basically like Nginx. Like when I program it, I just have to save it and stay open with Live Server. It will straight away take me to the website.
Yeah, it's just like listener actually most of the time, right? Live server, it doesn't do anything actually. It doesn't. You'll not get the real. It's not like you're working on a real web server. Live server is just like the lightweight. Okay, lightweight server. It's a listener actually. So it just opens up the port on that particular port, and then it will just run that HTML page. That's also sufficient actually. But mostly, right, live server, we use it in the development phase. Yeah, that's okay. I don't see any issue unless you are not able to access this way. So if you're able to access using localhost only, right?
Yeah.
Then it's okay. Then it's okay. You can start using it. That's also fine. Yeah. Now let's yeah. Here, once you download it, what you can do is like let me explain the steps here. Okay, so unzip it to a folder. So you have to unzip it. I'll show you where my Nginx is available. Installations, my Nginx is here. So I unzip to this directory where I have Nginx here. Okay, so the Nginx folders structure would look like this. There will be conf. These details are you don't need to worry about this. These are all part of Nginx web server. Okay, the most thing is like the most important thing is like you need to see nginx.exe. Okay, this is the file which starts your server. Okay, and then the next important file in this is you have to go to the conf directory, and then you see here nginx.conf. This is also important. Okay, yeah. So that's the folder structure. So you can see this folder structure, and then what you type is like, let's try this one, localhost or localhost :80 in my local. So let's try. So I downloaded already. I think I did not start the server, but let's try with localhost. Okay, I'm going to close this part.
Mine says it's not ninjix.exe. It says it's an application.
So which version of operating system are you using?
Windows 64-bit.
Yeah, but it should you should see the folder structure something like this. So are you able to see this structure? Conf, cont, rib, docs, html, docs, and temp.
I have all of those, but then it says Ninjix is an application and not an exe file.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So here, okay, what you are trying to see is like, here, right? Okay, here, right? This one,
Yeah.
right? This is okay. Actually, all exe, bat files, the computer treats it as an application. So
Okay.
for mine also, you see, it shows application. So nginx.exe. Okay, fine. So here, let's try this one. I tried it already, so my server is not started. Okay, my server is not started. Let's start the server. So if you want to start the server, there are two ways actually. So you can directly double click this one. Okay, when you double click this, the server will automatically start. Okay, I'm going to double click this one. That's it. There's nothing happened, but you have to go to the right click, task manager. You go to the task manager. Here you see, click on, try to find nginx. Okay, I think somewhere I saw, yeah, here. So here you'll see, two services that have been started. Okay, so these two says like, your server is started in the background. So let's go and try to refresh this part. See, as soon as I go, I did not refresh it, but still, it loaded the file. Earlier, right, it was saying like, the page cannot be found, right? Now it says welcome to nginx as soon as you type localhost. Okay, yeah, for now, this is like, starting the server only. Okay, we just started the server. Fine. From Monday onwards, what we will start doing is we will try to deploy our application. So which is, this one is session 1, right? So this session 1, we are going to deploy it to our web server and we will try to access it. Okay. So
I have a question.
So-
Is
so-
like localhost, right?
Yeah.
Localhost. So does it, because I'm on the same Wi-Fi on my phone also and my computer, so can I access it from my phone?
no, you cannot access it. If you want to access it, you have to be on the same network. For that, right, I'll help you out this way. You see here, there are two things, okay? First, you can use local host, okay? Second option is you can use 127.0.0.1 is your IP address of the local host. Third way is like you have to go to command prompt and then type ipconfig. Okay, try to type this on ipconfig. Here you'll see the public IP. Okay, so if your phone and then your laptop are all connected together, right, you'll find the public IP of your device. Okay, yeah, you try to see like, you can use this IP address or this IP address. You try to see which one works for you. I think wireless network, right? So this one you can try actually. So let's try. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, we already got nginx, right? So I'll open this one at 127.0.0.1. Still I get welcome page. I'm going to use the public IP address.
If we
Okay.
deploy anything to the web server, the whole world can see?
No, currently, right? I'm saying, you are deploying on your own local server only, local laptop only, right? So within your system and all the devices that are connected to your internet, right? They only can see. Like you are using home Wi-Fi, right? You are using phone also. So the phone also connecting to your Wi-Fi. So in that case, you can use this IP address. See here, this IP address on your phone, and then you can access it. So let me try on my phone because I already have it, right. So let's see if, yeah, that's a good question, Vaibhav. That gives some HTTP. I'm going to try on my phone and see, like 192.168.1.66. So there could be some firewall blockers also, like if your internet provider, right, if he has added some firewalls, and also it may not access. So but still, this is the concept actually. It's still processing, so let it be. So the you see, you type here IP config. Okay, Vaibhav, this is for you. Note IP config.
Yeah.
Try to get the public IP address here and use the public IP address. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So it should work actually. It should solve. Yeah, mostly, like all the devices connected to the same internet can access it using the public IP. Okay, fine. So now here, I use this one. I'm able to see this page. I use my IP address. I'm able to see localhost and 127.0.0.1 are all same. So whenever I type here, I'm going to give you one more important thing. So any computer, any network access, right, is through ports only. Ports. So we say it as port. So here you see, we don't have any specified port here, right? So by default, you are accessing HTTP, means it takes 80, port number 80. It's like, HTTP, sorry. HTTP is the protocol, localhost is the domain, and 80 is the port. So you see, it still goes to the same. Here also like that, like, you can use.
So what is 8011?
8011 is any other port. Like if you are using your own custom port, you can specify it. I'll show you that part also. Okay, that gives you some idea. Better to learn in the beginning itself. Like we already learned all the tags, HTML tags now, right? So the next level is like, you want to see you want to get a real feel, then you have to make use of the server, web server. So we are now into the web server part. I will, from today onwards, I will show from my side, like, I'll deploy onto the server and then show you. So from Monday onwards, once you set up everything, you start, doing the things on your, laptop by accessing it through a local host. Okay. So let me show you the configuration part also. Yeah, we did up to here, enter local host. Initially it did not work because the site cannot be reached because server was not started. So later what I did, I started the server, double click nginx.exe, then my server got started, and then I accessed it using localhost again. The welcome page is displayed. So this is about nginx part. Okay, you do these steps tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever you feel comfortable. Fine. Now answering Advai's question, right? I want to start something on 8011 port. So what I do is usually, myself, what I usually do is I'll go to conf. Okay, in the conf, I have the configuration file. Conf is nothing but configuration. Remember, configuration. So most of the terms now which I'm speaking may confuse you, but try to slightly, little bit pay attention to the terms. Like, this is a configuration file. I'm editing this file. I already have configured the port number 80 to the local host to the specific folder. Okay, now let's see, like, we'll do the same way for our session 1. Okay, this is like, the default 80 is there. So I don't want to start on 80 now. I will do my own, okay? I'll do our own. So Advait, as you asked this question, right? So which port number do you want to use from today onwards?
What do you mean?
No, give me any 4-digit port number.
I don't know.
Any 4-digit. Okay, Vaibhav, you give me any 4-digit number.
Oh, 4-digit number, I know.
1480.
What is that?
1480.
Okay, I'll go here. And this is the configuration part. Okay, sorry. So
I'm
going
unable to open this.
What is it, Vaibhav?
I actually installed, but I'm unable to open the ngnx.conf.
Do you have to right click and click open with Notepad++? Do you have
Yes.
Notepad++?
I'm
Right.
not using Notepad++.
Okay, right click on it and edit with Notepad++.
If I'm not using Notepad++, then
Any text pad would do. Any text pad, text editor, or Notepad.
okay.
So anything would do. But don't try to change the format and the content. Okay, Notepad++ will actually retain the format. So better to open it in any text pad or Edit Plus or Sublime Text Editor or Visual Studio Code.
Yeah, I have Sublime Text.
Yeah, so you can use it in any editor, text editor. So here, so 1408, right?
Yeah.
So we can use any number on that.
He
4-digit
told
group.
1480.
1480. Okay, so let's make something easy to remember to make it use daily. So 1480 is okay to remember, right? Every day. So let's see here. Okay, we'll make something starting with 8 or 9. 999. Is it okay? 9999. 9999 is okay, right? So let's give 9999 and see. So it means like, what configuration I'm doing here is I want to start a server, my own server, and that server has to start on this port. It should listen. So I'm saying listen on port number 9999. So what's my server name? My server name is localhost. Okay. And so any request coming to this port, right? So where it should find the files. So I'm going to give our source code location. Okay, where is our source code location? Our source code is here at session 1. So I'm going to copy this one. So, and inside session 1, we have all our files, right? So I'm going to give this path there. I'm going to this server and I'm going to give my path here. So here I need to make use of /, okay? So you want to learn, you commit a mistake here and try. Okay, let's see. So I'm giving a // here. So anything that comes to 9999 port, right? So it refers, it goes to the session 1 and tries to find the file. Now let's see, I'm going to save this file. I saved this file and I'm going to restart. So restart.
Why are there two servers?
Two servers, right? So this is for other applications. So we have our website, right? So I'm using this port number 8011 for my own website updates.
Oh.
So this one is for my, our own lessons, like, every day we are learning, right? So I started a new server again. So this server listens on port number 9999 for our learnings. Let's see this part. Okay, I'm going to restart my nginx. So for restarting, you can make use of commands, or I usually,
So
recommend
you wrote the server in the Notepad++. How would you enter it? Through
Okay. Yeah, I'll repeat again. So where is our NGINX folder located? So our NGINX folder is here, okay? So inside this folder, you'll see a CONF, right? CONF is nothing but configuration file. Go inside it and then try to find nginx.conf file. Okay, it's like configuration for NGINX. And you edit this file, right click on it, go to edit with Notepad++. Okay, once you edit this, you add this code. Okay, so this code must refer to the files, code files that you are writing every day, practicing every day, right? So you give that folder name here in the root. Okay, you give specify root and then it should take you there. Okay, now let's see. I want to start. The server is already started, right? So what I do is I have to restart because it's a new port, right? When you add a new port, you are changing the configuration file. So whenever you change the configuration file, the server has to be restarted. Okay. So for that, what I do is I'll go to the task manager. I'll kill the process. Okay. I'll try to find NGINX. Where is NGINX? Yeah, here we have. So I'm going to end the task. I'm going to end the task, right click, end the task. Okay, now NGINX is not there. So let's refresh here in the browser. It should not display me any page. Okay, server has stopped. So the page cannot be reached. So you can restart this one. So how you will restart? Go back to the NGINX folder and then double click this one. And you can see in the task manager, again, the process might have been started. You see, these two are started. Okay, so every time, I usually don't prefer to double click here, go back to this place and then stop it, right? So what I did is, right, I use my automated scripts. So you see here, I wrote a file here, nginx.bat. I wrote my own file. So what I do here is I'll just open this page and show you to give you an idea. So I log into the D drive. I go to the NGINX folder. I'm going to kill the process of NGINX and then I'm going to start it again. So this is my automated script. So I don't want to do this process like, right click on this, go to task manager, find the NGINX first, right? Find the NGINX and then kill it. So I don't want to do like, manual job. So what I did is like, I created the script file. So these are all like command line scripts. So all these scripts, right? So I just created a file with the name nginx.bat. I just click on this, server will stop, has been terminated, and it has started again. Okay, so it will kill the process. So you see here, first D drive, right? So it gave D drive, and then CD, it's going to NGINX folder, it's going to NGINX folder. And then I'm killing the process using the utility provided by Windows. So I used task kill to kill that NGINX process. And then I'm starting it again using nginx.exe, nginx.exe. So you see it's running, keep on running here. Now you can see NGINX will be running.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why I have to kill this like your.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you are using the new port right here. You see.
Because you renamed it 9999.
Yeah, not renamed. I created a new port, right? This is a new port. So if you want to use a new port, the server has to understand, what is the configurations changed, right?
So for previous one, you downloaded it, and that's why the configuration was different.
Yeah. See, earlier we did not write this one, right? When the server was started.
Yeah.
So no, it understands only this part, and then we started the server, right? So once the server is started, it understands only 8011. It doesn't understand 9999. So then we wrote this code, right? So when you change any configuration files, the server has to understand it. So it will understand only when it gets restarted. So that's why we have
What
to
is the point of changing the code?
changing the
Code.
no code is okay. Code you no
Listen.
need to restart. For code and all, you no need to restart. So only when you touch the configurations, you have to restart.
No,
Because
as in my question is, why do we need to change it from 80 to 999 or any other number?
okay, like 80 is usually like to we use it for load balancer. Okay, that's a very huge topic, but I give you a brief information like 80 and 443. So these two are very important ports. So only these two ports usually will be given access to outside world. Okay, so what happens is like from the outside world, so internet. So mostly 80 and 443 are the ports. The request would be coming in. So we use these two ports for load balancer or load balancer is again a new concept for you, so which you'll not understand. The basic idea is like I want to run application on specific port and I don't want to expose it to the outside world. So in those cases, what I do is like I'll use this port number, and then from another server I will just proxy it to this. So it means
So,
like yes,
can you actually change the name of the server?
from
Because
engine.
it says server name, then can you change it?
Okay, this one, right? Yeah, this one you can change. This one you can change, but that should be a valid domain name. Means,
even if it remains the same, will it affect the thing, like the
okay,
new one you created?
See, what happens here is this is again, we are getting into the different subject. So I can see your eagerness to understand this, right? This one we can still change it. When you change it, you have to map it to the correct IP address. So something like, let me try. I don't know whether it opens or not. So we are diverting our topic, but it's a bit interesting. You have a lot of questions, so I'm continuing that part. Okay, we don't have it here, so you have to map. The point here is, so you want to change it, right? So I'll show you it in the page here. Okay, you want to change this one, right? So to like so .com.sg. Okay, you want to try something like this. So what you have to do in your configuration file, there is a configuration file called etc host file is there, host file entry. Search in Google, okay? Search in Google to change the host file entry. How to change the host file entry? So there you need to make a mapping to this. So what this name refers to, what this domain name refers to. So you have to give 127.0.0.1. So what happens is when you give this name, what happens is every time it looks for this port number internally and redirects all requests coming to this domain name to this. And this one is already, system identifies it as a local host, right? So it's like, you can make use of local host and then access the files. Okay, this part I'll show you on Monday. Okay.
So is that code valid or invalid?
The code is valid. It would be a valid one, but it's applies only to your local. Okay, if you want to go to internet, right? I will give those details later. How to host your website, your own website. For now, you try to understand the basic things. Okay, we are trying to install web server nginx, and we are trying to deploy our files there. Okay, this is for today's agenda. Okay, we'll try to understand this part. And this configuration, seriously, you can try this part, how to change the host file entry, and then give this one actually. You can give this domain name in the nginx conf here. Okay, here you can give. So actually, your host file has got this entry, and this entry refers to 127.0.0.1, right? So indirectly, what it it is like, it's sending the request to a local host only. Okay. So that's a huge topic, and you'll get lost in that actually. Don't worry about that. For now, you just understand we are going to start the server on 9999 port. Okay, okay, this one is there, and then colon 9999. Yeah, see, forbidden. Now you got this. Let's class 1.html. So we got this, you see, we started on localhost 9999 and we have class 1.
By typing the same link on your phone that's connected to the same Wi-Fi, you can still access this.
Yeah, you can still access. But in your phone, right, you cannot access using this actually domain name. You need to use the public IP address. Okay.
You mean the one you showed us in the command prompt?
Public, yeah, IP config, using
The
IP config.
IPv4.
Yeah, correct. IP config. Using IP config, you find the public IP, and using that public IP, you can access the page. Okay, so like this, so from today onwards, we'll try to learn using this so that it will give you a feel of the websites, what problems we face. Okay, understood, right? So now we'll try this part. So all the images, everything. So the only thing that doesn't work is like, so the previous code, right, what we wrote may not work actually. So because we used, yeah, see here, images is all missing here.
Maybe it's outside of the file you told Ninja.
Right, because all these are relative, right? So we gave relative path when we don't have a local host running. So all those things you need to change actually, make changes to that. Okay, that's why you can see here there are some errors here. You see the local host and it's trying to find images folder. So if you copy images folder into the directory, right, it will work actually. So let's get back to that and then see, like, we are trying to fix the errors. So we have images folder here, right? I'm going to cut this images folder and then I will go to the source code session 1. I'm going to paste my images folder here.
I'm unable to open.
And see, which one, Vaibhav?
I'm unable. I typed the same thing, localhost and the 4-digit number.
Okay, so this part, right? You try to restart. Okay, I will. No, I don't want to disturb the whole class, so we'll take it offline later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, fine. So this is how we start the JNX web server, and then you can start listening to port number what you specified, and then you can go to the particular HTML files that you wrote. Okay, and then you can test your files here. See, this one is not being rendered. You know why? I'm going to inspect it and see what is doing. See, we have given seed from the absolute path, right? So in the website world, absolute path will not work. This is the best example. You see, I gave the absolute path here, right? So absolute path is not working here. So because we are referring to local host. So in these cases, right, you have to make changes to the code. So
why does in the code world, why does the absolute path don't work?
Yeah, because absolute path is like to your own own laptop only. Absolute path usually we use it for when you want to try something in your own laptop. So website is for internet. It's like many of outside people can access. So if you want to have your content to be accessed from outside world also, then you should make it compatible with website DNS access like this, through website URL. Okay, so that's the reason why absolute paths will not work there. So I always kept on saying, like, you have to always start using the relative paths. Okay, Fine. Now we got to know about these things. So I'm going to close this. Let's see what's there for the next slide.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah, Sean.
sir, how to access Nginx server from your phone?
Okay, that's what I was telling, like you
You
cannot
enter the IP address of your
Yeah.
computer.
IP config. You try to use IP config and then find the public IP where what you can
Sir,
use.
IP config is not valid, sir.
Okay, we'll take it offline, Pradyumna.
Okay, sir.
So usually, right, these are all new things, right? You'll commit a lot of mistakes actually, like typing and then trying to find. So you may not understand. So that's why why I'm telling this on Friday. So I'm telling this Nginx part on Friday because it is like a research. You are doing like a research. So you have 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, to do your research. Okay, if things don't work right, you try to uninstall Nginx and reinstall again, and then make configuration changes again. Okay, so this will improve your the solution skills, actually finding the solution skills. Okay, now let's complete this one. Okay, the mark tag. At least we need to learn one new tag. So what mark tag does is, so it highlights the text in the, okay, what's the sound? Okay, so mark tag, we are learning the mark tag. Mark tag is nothing but we are trying to highlight any text in the web page, right? We go with mark tag. Okay, the representation is similar to this, like we just make use of MARK starting tag and MARK ending tag, and then we specify the specific to the keywords actually. So those keywords alone will be highlighted. So green will be highlighted, white color will be highlighted. It is not the color, it is the text that will be highlighted. Okay, let's see in action. Okay, let's see in the code how we can make changes. So I'm going to add today's class 9, right? So I'm going to create a file here, class9.html, and class 8 we have an exam, right? So class 8.html. So class 8, I say, like what we have it for. Okay, no class for new tags. Okay, no class. So I just mentioned no class. So class 8 we don't have any class. So class 3 also I'm closing it. So now let's try class 9. Okay, class 9 will write the basic code. So what's the basic code structure? We'll go here, copy the template structure here in your code. So this is the template structure, and then ending tag is missing. So we'll start adding the ending part, ending tags. Okay, now our basic template structure is ready. So what we are learning today, we are learning the mark tag, right? Demo of mark tag. So we just mentioned demo of mark tag. Let's see, like usually we start with paragraph tag. So let's do the same. As soon as you type the starting tag, write the ending tag, and then content next. Now let's see. So let's try something like the story of a little lamb. The story of a little lamb. Okay, I just want to highlight what is the subject here. So we are talking about the lambs. So what I do here is I'm going to add a mark tag. Okay, let's try this one first. Okay, let's try in the browser how it looks. Okay, I'm going to the web page. So what's our file name? Class 9, right? So class9.html. I go here, so you're able to see here, right? So now let's see. I'm going to highlight it. MARK. So I'm going to add mark and ending tag add serve, Control X. I'm going to end it here and save it. Okay, now let's see how it's going to display. So it's displayed with highlighted text in yellow color.
So there is only one color for highlighting.
So this part, I want to give it to you to demo it on Monday. Okay, like you try to find whether it allows any other colors to highlight. Okay, you understood, right? Will you be able to search internet and then find? Advay, will you be able to do that? Okay, so don't forget Monday. You'll say like whether yeah, not Monday. You ping in the WhatsApp. Okay. You
Wait,
send
sir.
us in the WhatsApp.
One
Yeah.
more question.
Yes.
Can you the listen thingy in the Ninjix server? Then can you just can you open the Notepad++?
Okay.
Yeah. So can you route the server to just the D drive? Then you can access any folder in the
Right.
computer.
Right. You can access. You can access. You just give D drive here, and then you'll be able to access. So you'll be able to access like this. This is also okay.
All work. Okay.
Okay. This is like path. Where you want to which folder you want to listen to. So it means like that. So it will look for that directory only. So D drive, if you have anything, any HTMLs are there, it will access. It doesn't, it will not.
I typed 127.0.0.1. It's saying it is not it's refused to connect.
Because there is no server running, right? That's why you need to have a server running. Then only 127.0.0.1 is identified. Okay. So fine. Now let's see. So every time I want to reduce it. This is what the IT world is doing every day, right? So I want to, if I want to change a class file name, what I do, I go here and I have to change it, right? Make 10 here, right? So I don't want to do that. So what I do here is I'm going to give you an use case. Okay, I will not go into this file. So I'm going to create a new file. Where is that? Yeah, I'm going to create a new file. All lessons are lessons, just lessons.html. Okay, so in that lessons.html, what I do is I'll give links to all these files. Okay, so what I do here is I am going to make use of a table structure we learned. Okay, this is okay. I'm going to add the whole part. So C# class 7 is not needed anymore. I'm going to, yeah, this is pre-tag. We don't need this. We don't need this part. And then we need this part, table parts. Yeah. So here it's not demo. So it's like, all lessons learned at one place. So if you want to refer all the code that you have learned so far, right? So you can just refer from this. So it's like, serial number, lesson, or class, and then link. So what's the link? This is enough. So here class 1. So here we have given a base path, right? So the base path we can change it to what? What would be the base path in this case? So here, this one. So here you see, I want to add one more text here. I'm giving you the use case. So I want to give like this. Okay, what I do is I'll go to my configuration file. Yeah, here we have we have this, right? So when there is a IPASMO, okay, I change the configuration file, and then when it sees IPASMO /, it goes to this location and finds the details. Now let's change we change the configurations, right? I'm going to restart. I'm going to restart this. Stop it, start it. Now let's see. So this is what creative things. You have to be creative like this. So earlier case we just had this part, right? We just had this part. No, now I want to have one more thing. So IPASMO / class, okay, class1.html. I give here, yeah, not found. Not found. See, IPASMO is not found.
Because you haven't restarted.
Yeah, I think we restarted. Okay, maybe some troubleshooting. That's what usually happens when you try to do something. Class1 dot, yeah, it's not happening. So let's revert back. Okay, we reverted back, and then if you change those configurations, we have to restart it. And then I'm going to take out this part, enter. So it's working. Fine. So we moved back. So here what I'm trying to do is I'm giving the lesson 1 the path. So here I want to give a path. So base path, I'm going to take it out. And then here directly you can give class.
What
is
was the IP code 108 for the NGNX server? I'm still unable to connect.
Okay, what is that?
You just now told the number 127 something.
Okay, the one, right? 127.0.0.1. You can see on my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. Okay, now you see we are already in localhost, so I'm trying to access class 1. So let's try this one, lessons.html, right? So lessons.html, 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 add it, we got it. So class 1, it goes to class 1. You see, it's like accessing the real web page. So I'm going to replace 2 to 5. Okay, now I'm going to delete this part. So I don't want any of these. Okay, I'm going to delete this part. Go back here. I'm just copy paste this part. 1, 2. This is for 2, right? 2, 3. Oh, yeah. So this is 2. This is class 2, and then class 2 we learned, and then this is also class 2. So now let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm going to refresh this. So we have 2 classes, and then click here. It should go to class 1. Click here. It should go to class 2. So we can just make use of this one every day, so that all the classes, right? You can just look for this file and then learn what we have learned in class 1, class 2, and all. So you can go to class 1, see view page source. You'll see the comments also like this. Yeah, this one we haven't added comments. Class 2, let's see if we have added comments. Yeah, we added comments. So you see the comments. Okay, so class 2 we learned about the heading tags and the paragraph tag, like that. Okay, yeah, fine. I know we are actually exceeding some more time. So mark tag is the one which we learned. So Advay will do some research and then give us whether we can highlight with other colors in our group, WhatsApp group. Okay, just send like yes sir, this is the particular code we can make use to change the colors. Fine.
Sir?
Yeah, this part, ordered list and other list, we'll do it on the next class. Yes,
Sir?
Aditya.
Sir, the homework, the photo, like I saved it first and then I copied the image address And then when I put it in the code and I run it, it just shows like that little picture, and the real image doesn't come.
Okay, can you send me the screenshot? I cannot visualize actually. You send me the screenshot and the code. I'll have a look at it. Okay. Yeah. Fine. You know, we are done for today. So the practice work is only for mark tag. So I will upload that part later, and then you practice this one.
Aditya is telling
Uh,
that that small icon is coming and the real image is not coming.
Okay, let me speak to him. Okay, let me try to understand him. Then I can give you right suggestions. Okay. Fine. Just
after
I go.
this lesson, can I share my screen? Because I still can't access the NGNX.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all. You know, we are done for today. So I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.